Hello, and welcome back to the podcast. We have a very important topic today. What is my purpose? I feel like I was obsessed with that question, and sometimes still kind of am, but not really. Because I think I figured out the answer, you guys. I have figured out the answer to what your purpose is, and it's real good. And here we go. Your purpose is to grow, evolve, learn, and experience life. Your purpose is to grow, learn, evolve, experience life. The journey is your purpose. The thing that people want to skip. They want to go from A to Z and not care about everything in the middle. Granted, there are a lot of different modalities that can tell you your quote unquote purpose. I think at the end of the day, it's just to experience life and become the best version of yourself. Because I don't know about you, but I have grown up and realized that I really am not the character that I've been playing. Like, the person, and maybe this happens just like after your 20s are over. It could have a lot to do with like your big astrological shifts going on and just, again, experiencing more. That's why I hate how we pressure 18-year-olds out of high school. Like, okay, go figure out what you want to do for the rest of your life. What? I wish somebody would have told me, follow your joy, follow your happiness. Not what do you want to do? What I want to do is be happy. So what are those things? And does that mean college for you? Maybe it doesn't. Why does everyone have to go to college? There are plenty of smart fucking people without a college degree, I can tell you that. Because the things I learned in college, I don't know. I learned more taking, like an Akashic Records certification than most of the fucking classes in college that I took, and spent way less money. Like, the exchange was a lot more value. Anyways, you can go through like your own stuff. Literally, you can get, I think, the things that through the modalities, like your purpose or whatever. So, I mean, if you look in, let's just start with astrology. If you're looking at your natal chart, you can look at your North Node, what house that's in, what sign, obviously. Are there any other planets there playing along with your North Node? North Node. Me personally, my North Node is in my first house. So it has been very much a journey of finding myself, doing things that are right for me as opposed to other people, because on the flip side, your South Node is going to be like where you're comfortable in. So for me, that would be 7th house of relationships. And basically, and the fun thing too, my first house is Sagittarius. So I'm like becoming more of this, solo, wanting to do things for her, independence, mystical, whimsical creature person. And I really align with that more and more every day, I think. And it's been interesting getting there. It truly, truly has. And, you know, you can look in all different parts of your chart to maybe if you're like thinking your purpose is like your career or whatever, you can, you know, what's going on with your 10th house. And I'm not going to get too in the weeds, but a well-versed astrologer, I would say. I don't know that I'm well-versed. I'm pretty good versed in astrology. Might be able to, you know, elaborate more on those things for you. And shit, there are people that have, you know, that have readings like find out what your purpose is. I'm pretty sure I've had to have done something like that before. And then they're like, oh, your purpose is XYZ. And you're like, okay, but like, what do I do now? What do I do with that information? Please elaborate. And not much for them to elaborate on, probably. Because at the end of the day, you're gonna have to figure out your own shit anyway. So, but it's fun. It is fun to see the modalities and see like, you know, like what things are you good at, or like what's gonna help maybe uncover your gifts, or like what maybe you already know your gifts, and like how can you be sharing them with other people and making their life better by making your own better. Like it's a good domino effect. Other things that you could look at your quote unquote purpose would be, you know, numerology, your life path number. You also have a destiny number. Again, I'm not like super well versed in numerology. I have read a couple books, and numbers are really cool. And the energy behind numbers are actually really cool too. My life path number is 3. Communicating. I like to yap on my microphone. This is probably one of my favorite pastimes when I'm in the right mood. Is to just say what I'm thinking. And then you can go into your human design and you have an incarnation cross. And that incarnation cross is essentially your quote unquote purpose in human design terms, but it is more like the energy you carry, like when you're in alignment and using your gifts. So mine, for instance, is the right angle cross of service, and has your 4 gates in there. Right angle people have more of like, so with my gate 18, I am good at looking at things and correcting them. And I've seen that in multiple areas of my life. And a lot of this stuff, like you're coming into, I feel like in your 30s, I feel like, I know. And then I hear like 40s are amazing and 30s. Just like, there's so much joy. There's so much joy that's coming down the line, right? You're getting older and wiser. And I think the journey of your 20s is to gain that experience. Oh, and a lot of it's like, okay, I liked doing this. I didn't like that. For me, I've been like, I feel like a habitual job hopper. Because as a manifester, I don't like being told what to do at all. Oh my God. And this was like in one of the last corporate roles I had. I feel like this was really evident. And the fact that I would come up with random things and like improvements on how to make things better. But I didn't like when somebody's like, oh, you're going to do this. I'm like, I don't think so. And actually once I got told that I had to switch jobs. Oh my God, this was the worst. And I also can't believe, I don't know, that it was I feel like I should have stood up for myself more. But I had a job. It was not easy, but like I really got a hang of it. And like I was like, okay, I'm going to go do this thing, go home, be done, whatever. And then one day they were like, okay, well, this person's leaving. So we're going to have you move into this role because you're doing really good at that. But we want you to move into this role and you don't really have a choice. Was that like, now I'm like, was that, I don't know if legal is the word. And I don't remember if I think I did get a raise maybe. Anyways, like, ugh, corporate, gross. It was weird as shit. That was like a weird fucking thing that happened to me. And that's why people joke, like, don't do good at your job or don't excel because they're just going to give you more shit to do. Like, that was always a joke in corporate. And I'm sure if you've ever worked in that or do now, you'll notice that. Like, yeah, if you excel at your job, they're going to give you more shit and not more pay. So fuck it, do the bare minimum. Okay. There's my advice. If you take away anything, just kidding. But we're talking about your life purpose, which is not necessarily your job either. I know I brought up like career and stuff, but I think being in the right career path, if that's what you want to do, like you don't necessarily like sometimes, okay, secret. Sometimes I'm like, if I could just like be a stay-at-home mom and be a homemaker and have a garden, like that would be me living my best life. Gasp. The feminists are enraged. But seriously, like people look down on that now and it's so dumb because do you know how much work it is to run a fucking household? And when you've got kids, especially, well, I know, granted, I don't have experience. I only have experience with what I have experience with, which is the younger ones who are just like attached to you all the time. But I don't know. Sometimes I'm like in a perfect world, I would, like finances wouldn't be an issue at all. And I would just be living my best life, being a homemaker, not having to fucking, the only people I'm responding to is my kids. That's fine. Nobody else. And just like, I'm like, oh, having a garden, being a canning queen, like making yummy meals and like doing fun things. Oh, maybe that is my path sometime. Someday, I don't know. But then also I'm like, okay, I like sharing. I know this is part of my path too, for sure. And who knows what it will evolve into, but I'm just staying in the now. So here's my last piece with the whole purpose thing. I think what helps you lean into that is obviously like enjoying the journey is like being present, and being present is a super huge thing with, creating the life that you want to live too, is we don't want to be like dwelling in the past, and you don't want to be daydreaming so much that you're like missing what's right in front of your eyes. Like the people that are like, oh, when my kids are older, blah, blah, blah. Like, what about right now? Like I have my kids ingrained in my head right now with like their cute little faces. And it's weird because I swear my daughter was just like the same age that my son is now. But now she's like a kid. She's not a toddler. She's a kid. And he's just like that cute little, like he's going to be 3 this year. What? Oh. But now is like the time to, take in all those memories and moments because you're not going to get that shit back. Who cares? Like, in all reality, I'm making faces like your job. Your kids are way more important than your job. I don't give a shit what anyone says. They are way more important. They'll never be this little again. If you have little kids or even like, no matter where they are in your life, the they'll grow up and be gone before you know it. And maybe if you're lucky, they'll live close by, then you can see them a lot, but it might be travel. You know what I mean? It's just like being present. The kids is it. I mean, that's a good example for myself because that's like the situation I'm in now. And there are so many things that I want to change in my life this year and do differently. And I think I could get very overwhelmed thinking about the future and what it might hold. So grounding back into the present moment, like, okay, what can we do right here, right now? Like, I'm sharing some tea on this podcast right now. That's what I'm doing. And you're listening to this, whether it be in the car at your house or watching the YouTube video, whatever you're doing, just like be in that moment. Okay. And then what's coming up next? And it's like, yes, you have to plan things. I know it's just like how it is. But leaving more room for, I mean, not planning your whole fucking life and day. Like, there are people in my life that are like, oh, we're busy here. We're busy here. We're busy like every weekend in the summer. Ew. Why? Could not be me. And maybe that's what people like to do. I don't understand it. That's just me. I like to leave a little, what is the word? Like time and space open for like shit to happen. Like, you want to call in different or new things to your life, but you're, planning your life exactly you were doing last year. I don't know. You're just like gonna repeat the same shit. Anyways, does that have to do, I don't know where that topic came from, but leave some more room for wonder and excitement and magic to happen, and be present. Enjoy the journey that you're on. Start learning more. Like, what are you interested in? What is catching your attention right now? Like, for me, it was Gene Keys. And like at this point in time, it still kind of is Gene Keys. They're so interesting. Another thing with your purpose, Gene Keys. There you go. You can look at like your conscious sun, I believe, is your life's work. Or even like opening your Akashic Records, getting an Akashic Records reading and asking your spirit guide team, like what are some things I could be doing to make me like maybe like feel more purposeful, if that's the word we want to use. Because now that your purpose is to enjoy the journey, learn, expand, grow, XYZ. So like, it all starts with being more present. It all starts with following the little breadcrumbs. It all starts with like, what makes you happy? And if things in your life are not making you happy, it is time to fucking let them go. It is time to let them go. It's the perfect time. Aries season. We're taking some action. Spring is happening, especially where I live. The nature's waking up. We are, things are going to start to bloom and the weather's getting warmer and it's a vibe. It is a vibe. We love it. But it's a time to wake up to your own life and take action. So that is what I challenge you to do today. Kind of just take a little account of like where you're feeling real happy, maybe where you're not feeling happy. Being more present, seeing what comes up there, and leaving room for a little magic. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will chit chat with you really soon.